to go. I think so. Let me open back up my notes. So you just arrived. You paid the man his money. Captain Tequila rides off into the not sunset because it's kind of dark, and maybe you'll see from him again. And I'll have a better voice
God,
and
I hope so.
personality assigned to him. So yeah, you're on a dock. You can let me pull up my description. So you find the docks and the ferry abandoned, and can you all give me a perception check?
Perception! 14.
Why did I picture somebody saying that like Jack Black, like screaming decapitation? Perception!
I see the inside of my eyeballs really well. I got a 5.
What was that first number that was that Josh?
14.
I got a 12.
22.
22. And Sam?
15.
15. Okay. Before we get too far into this, let's re-intro for the second episode here, because this is a second episode. This will be released separately. So welcome to another exciting adventure of Tales from the Tidewater, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons-ish adventure. I am your dungeon master, Alan, and with me are the people that are going to introduce themselves after me.
Hi, I'm Astro, and I'm playing Sam.
Hello, I'm Fuzz, and I'm playing Timothy.
Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm playing Cut. I'm a filthy cat man.
Good second episode energy.
I'm Les. I'm playing Athena.
And I'm Rachel. I'm playing Hope.
Yeah, and I'm playing everybody else. I didn't say that, but that's what Dungeon Masters do. I don't get just one character. I get a million, infinite number.
I don't know why, but this has real and this is Disney Channel like energy.
Captain Tequila is actually the one painting the Disney ears in the corner, but he's like doing it really bad because he's
doing it with the tequila bottle, but the cap is off.
I want fan art of that.
I'm actually drawing the boat right now.
Beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Top tier.
But yes, I guess I should have said this at the end of last episode. We're learning. I will eventually get a script in front of me that has all of the list of important shit I have to say before at the beginning and end of every episode. But make sure you go ahead and give us a follow. Right now, you can follow Brat Cat Media on Facebook and Twitter. I will probably eventually get a show-specific social media account set up because I hate myself and I love having more social media accounts to manage on my one smartphone. But if you have any direct, more in-depth questions, you can email the podcast directly. I believe that is going to be leo@bratcat.media. Anthony can confirm that. He's our moderator, but that is our general email account for the channel. You send your emails there, and I will say that one more time. That's Leo, Leo, as in the zodiac sign, or the name of the eponymous Brat Cat that I own, that I named the channel for, and at bratcat.media. And yeah, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and that's where these episodes will be posted, and all the good stuff, and exciting fan art, and yada yada yada. Anywho, let's get back into it. We were rolling perception. We arrived at the docks. I think everybody except for Sam and Tim. No. It was Tim and Hope that failed. I believe they got lower than 10.
I got a 22. Did I fail?
Okay, no, I don't remember who got... Okay, I know Hope failed. That's what happens when I get too ahead of myself. Who got above a 10?
Right here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tim
I got a 14.
and 10 and Cut and Athena got about... So you all... you can very clearly smell... The smell of something that has died. And it's coming from the ferry.
Honestly, the first thing I was going to do was go inspect the ferry, so I'm going to double do that now.
Smells like low tide.
Smells like swamp ass. That's just the Delaware smell,
I'll
though.
go with
I mean, did Hope really fail by not smelling that? Are we you know?
It was a DC 10. You told me that you rolled like a 5.
I know, but isn't not smelling the dead bodies?
That says more about you than about like the smell.
Down?
Success is relative in this instance.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm still figuring out how to set appropriate DCs. Bear with me.
No, it's not that. I'm just saying I am glad that I cannot smell the dead bodies. In short.
Oh, it's a good good thing. Got it.
So
All
I
right.
head over to the boat to the ferry.
So you're coming up from your perception. You're able to tell. It's a 2-story vessel. You know, nothing too fancy. It's got like big glass windows that are like that. Not like floor to ceiling windows, but kind of like ones where there's like it's about 3 feet off the ground before the windows start, and you can kind of like sit in like benches and look out as you're crossing and stuff like that. Would be a pretty nice ferry if there weren't broken glass.
Is this a ferry that can also have cars drive on, or is it just a people ferry?
It's just a people ferry, I believe.
Okay.
Anybody who's actually been on this ferry, do not at me. I do not. I know that the Cape
People ferry.
the Cape May Lewis ferry, that goes between Cape May and Lewis, does have car traffic, but I don't believe that the one that goes to Pea Patch Island doesn't. I don't know if that one does or not. Typically, that's a foot passenger only type of deal because it's an island, so they don't really have a ton of. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I might have written in that there's a parking lot later on in the island, so maybe there is like a room for like a couple cars, but not like a commercial amount of vehicles.
Okay, so I'll go up onto the ramp and start to look in and see if I can tell what that smell is, even though I already have a good idea.
I feel like we're following Timothy as a group because if we, I was gonna head and check out the boat anyways, but now that it, may or may not smell like dead bodies.
I'm totally taking out my crossbow if we're all following in a single file line here.
I'm just like picturing like some Pink Panther music
Smart.
like playing behind you.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know what Pink Panther you were watching, but that's mission.
Hey, I could have cited Kronk, okay?
Back, elbow, shoulder. Ugh.
So what's on the boat?
Yeah, what's on the boat? Broken glass. You don't see anything. It looks, basically, you can kind of tell. I'm not gonna make you roll for this. There's a sign of struggle. There's you don't see any like blood or anything, but you're still following the scent. I think basically it looks like this is like mostly like the passenger area, and it looks like there might have been a struggle through this area, but it doesn't look like there's any sort of like remains or anything here in this part of the ferry.
I will go. Is like the captain's part of the ferry up on the second level?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start to go up there.
Are you going up through the exterior stairs, or are you going through the interior?
Probably interior, because I probably would have walked into the passenger area and then gone up through those interior stairs.
Okay. All right. So you go up, and there's a door that is, a little more than like a lot of the other ones are like have the kind of like easy push doors that are for people like that are tourists and stuff going up and down. This one actually is like a handled door, but it is not locked. So you can push your way through, and you push in, and you see more broken glass. This time, broken inward. So the glass is on the inside, and the smell is a lot stronger here.
Who all came up with me, or did anybody like go any other direction?
I would have followed Timothy.
Let's stick together.
Agreed.
I don't know what's in.
I am
Let's follow the new
Spartacus.
guy.
Yeah. So why don't you all give me an investigation check, because I think this is a little, and this is not going to be a super high DC. Then again, I said that on the last one, and we still had people fail it, so I don't want to speak too soon.
I wish I could take that back.
Is this
Okay.
part of
That is
All right,
2.
let's go around. We're gonna go around in that same alphabetical order, just for the purpose of not talking over each other, just moving forward. Because there's a lot of people saying their numbers at the same time, and we again are being lost. So let's go around the table.
5.
Okay. All right.
16.
16.
Dose.
Okay. Kitty cat sense is failing.
22.
2.
that's gonna be a dirty 20 from me.
30, 20. Okay. So I spoke too soon. If you got a 5 or higher, you're able to see that there's blood like pretty much all over the floor and like all the instruments, and on the actually on the door handle on this side, you actually like see a disembodied like somebody's arm like attached to the like it grabbed onto the. Okay, do we need to stop,
Like they were
Rachel?
trying to get.
No. I'm just overreacting. It's
Okay, I
fine.
wanted to
love
make
it.
sure that we weren't like, oh
No.
god, this is bad content. We need to
Oh.
stop.
It's very bad, but it's not bad content.
It's so bad.
I still need to implement that card system like we talked about when we had a kind of but we'll talk about it. That's something we'll work about.
All
in the
green
future.
here, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay.
Is this
Cool,
part
cool,
of
cool.
like the Hayes the new guy stuff? Let him go first into the bloody room full of broken glass.
You all. I mean, nobody else volunteered. You kind of just like dove headfirst into the bloodbath.
It is my own.
I will definitely say that Hope is the second one going into that room because she's not about the new guy, kind of
Yeah.
business. She's not about those kind of games. Like, this is, people's lives could be on the line with this monster extermination shit.
I have a family to get home to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Give
So
me
I will.
who got who got over a 15? Okay. Tim and Hope. And
And
And-
you know,
And Athena.
okay. So you all know that if we're just from like looking around, investigating, you notice some droppings, which you do recognize to be bat droppings.
it's getting flashbacks to the second Ace Ventura movie.
Ugh. Give me a knowledge nature, those of you who did notice the droppings. So that would be Tim and Athena and Hope.
That's going to be a 9 from me.
What was that, Tim?
8.
8.
13.
13. Okay, yeah, that does it. Athena, you, from your various studies and stuff, being a well-educated person, realize that these are, not only these bat droppings, but you've not particularly heard of any bat that you've read about being able to disarm a human adult, take its arm off of its socket. So that it seems pretty out of the ordinary to you.
That word you're looking for would be dismember, not disarm.
Yeah.
Technically, it was disarmed.
It was disarmed.
I mean, okay.
You have been disarmed, sir.
Tis only a flesh wound.
Athena, do you make any mention of like how odd it would be for like a bat to be big enough to do this to a person's arm?
Definitely. We are not dealing with any normal size, like brown bats that's just flown into the wrong area. This is a monster-sized bat to be able to tear off.
Okay. I will get up my notebook and make like notes about, abnormally large bats will take off your arm and poop everywhere.
Are these bats of unusual size?
Or bouses for short.
Do we see the rest of the body? Or is it only the arm?
Only the arm. There's no other remains left, but you can see that it from your high roll, I think you can be able to tell that whatever was left of this body was taken from this room and to elsewhere. So that's what you see in there. You have a whole room filled with blood and bat poop.
Are there keys
Oh my god.
in the ferry? Like, could we start it and run it?
I think in theory, but I will say that this probably does not fall under your vehicle proficiency.
No, that's fine. I just want to make like worst case scenario, if one of us needs to just like try to do something, even if we do it poorly, are the keys there?
I don't even
feel
know if
like
they
we'd have
use
to probably
keys.
we'd probably have to go up to like, the command deck or where.
That's where we are.
That's where you are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You went
Okay.
upstairs. Yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
missed
all
that
good.
description.
Yeah, you could possibly. It might be a little difficult to do without knowing exactly how to like do it yourself, but you know that's what YouTube's for, I guess. You get the feeling that you could possibly pilot that boat.
Okay.
Oh, is there any is there like a walkie-talkie system, a radio, something like that? Where's the comms?
Yes, there is a comm system. Don't forget, you also have June's the direct office number to the Port Authority, also, because I
swear
assume
I
you all
didn't
have cell
forget.
phones of some sort.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull out my cell phone, and I'll also take pictures of the room so we can prove this is how we found it. And then, I mean, you only stay in this business for so long before you start doing some of this stuff, I guess.
Well, that's
And I'll go ahead and call up June.
All right. Port Delaware Port Authority. This is June.
June, it's Hope. How are you doing this evening?
Well, I take it you found your way over.
We did, and it's not looking good so far, but we'll be sure to submit a full report with with the completion of this job. We wanted to let you know that comms are here and intact, and there's currently nobody on board the ferry that we found so far.
nobody alive.
That's weird.
No body.
That's weird. It's not like them to just
Definitely.
leave the boat unmanned like that.
Definitely, and go ahead, Fuzz.
I was like, there is no entire body on board this boat.
And that's why I'm talking, because I'm not gonna alarm her like that. Were you gonna say something, Les?
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm like doing that thing where like your friends are on the phone like yelling into the receiver, where I'm like trying not to let her hear them. And I'll be like, yeah, we'll definitely let you know what we find once we get to the bottom of this. Is there anything in particular we should know about maybe driving the ferry back? Should the need arise? I mean, I don't see us doing it right now because we still need to take care of the bat problem, but
Yeah, there should be some attendants up. If they're not on the ferry, they should be up in the service building before you get to the fort. So they should be able to help you. You shouldn't have to drive it yourself. But assuming you're able to find, I don't know, maybe they went to take a nap or something. I don't know. That's real unlike them.
no worries, we'll find out. We'll find out.
All right. Worst case scenario,
Rest
I
assured,
know enough. I know enough about the basic operations of the ferry that I could probably talk you through some of it over the comm. So
Right on.
no worries there.
I was imagining it'd be like, having like control tower help you land a plane or something if you needed to, right? It's like she's got us.
Yeah, like in a Tom Cruise movie where he's like trying
Exactly.
to, or the movie Speed, like better
Yeah.
example where they're trying to like stop
Just
the bus and defuse the
cans.
bomb.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I will say, don't worry, Marv's best are on the job, and I'll hang up with her.
Like if this was a narration, like Marv's best were not on the job, like or something like directly. They did not have this under control. Okay.
Everything's under control.
Yeah, we
Everything's
totally
not
got
under
this handled.
control.
So
We
Hope
did not
blatantly
do
lied
that
to
kind of
in a park official. So, well, not blatantly. I
Listen,
guess there's
I
some
did
gray
not
area.
lie. I did not lie. There was definitely some gray area. I'm just being
Yeah, but you didn't
optimistic.
truth either.
I ain't calling you a truther neither. Everybody loves Drake and Josh references.
Yeah. So, yeah, considering this is quite possibly becoming a crime scene, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on the lower decks or wherever else we can go.
I mean, you already went
Yeah.
to the lower deck, so it was not really
Yeah.
a whole lot going on. So that's pretty. That's.
Okay.
I'll just tell you for the efficiency of time. There's not a whole lot else going on the ferry right now.
Got it.
This is bad, man. I can't be seen here, man. Got a warrant out in 5 other states for my arrest.
Cut.
What?
Full
Calm
of
down,
blood
Cut.
and poop, man. There's poop. There's poop in the blood.
Sorry, baby hurt herself. What I missed.
You're fine. Cut's
There's
having
poop
a
in the
bit of a
blood as
reaction.
A breakdown, really.
And Cut has a warrant out for his arrest in 5 other states apparently.
In 5 other states, yes. And this is a bloody, poop covered, poop in the blood, covered.
He's
boat.
really focusing on the poop in the blood.
Way too many
poop in
states
my
have
blood.
warrants in.
Not the blood in the
I,
poop, mind you. The poop in the blood.
Yeah, you should probably see a doctor about that. Don't do
All right.
I'm gonna usher Cut out of the room because he clearly seems to not be handling himself very well.
He's seen too much.
I'm going to switch weapons as she does that because I feel a close range weapon like my short sword is way better now than the crossbow.
Sure.
So y'all head your way off the ferry.
Captain Tequila left us, right?
Yeah, he did not hang
Yeah,
around.
he sailed off
Okay.
into the horizon.
He had things to do.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, oh, we got a message in the chat. Oh, that's super a bot.
No.
Damn it.
Porn bots. They followed me from Tumblr.
We will help you.
We're out on Tumblr,
Bigfollows.com.
too.
Dude, it's brutal. You try to start like an art blog or a personality blog, whatever, on Tumblr, and it's just freaking porn bots that come and like your page.
Oh.
Even
I
now,
know.
after Tumblr took off all their content,
I don't know. I haven't checked Tumblr in months, but no,
Right.
there's still ways to get around it.
R.I.P.
There's-
Tumblr.
Because Tumblr's system is freaking jacked up. Like,
Yeah.
you post the word nipples and you could get flagged, or you
Oh.
couldn't.
Wait, we gotta be careful. Now this Twitch channel's flagged. You said nipples.
That's right. No.
Oh no! Wait, it's okay. It's a guy's nipple.
Right. All right. So Long Pier leads onto the island and to a parking lot with a service building. Again, seemingly abandoned with several unmanned vehicles parked nearby. Where I almost wrote myself into a corner where with not having vehicle space on the ferry. So it's a couple of service vehicles type of deal.
Like golf carts, maybe.
For the island.
Yeah, for the island, like you
Like
know,
the Jurassic Park
right.
Jeeps.
we should do a Jurassic Park arc. That would be fun.
Oh, that would be so cool.
I love like just stealing from like pop culture movies and just like I'm gonna make a D&D version of this. One of
The
the
goblins are evolving.
yeah.
They're getting
Oh.
A's on their tests.
There's a couple podcasts I've listened to where they've both two different podcasts not related to each other at all have done Home Alone style Christmas episodes where they make a dungeon where they're trying to break into Kevin McAllister's house
Oh,
and it's the best. But I
Oh,
can't
we
do
need to
that
do
since
that
it's
with
already
like
been
the
done.
Jackimowski residence.
Right.
I would definitely want to do some fun holiday theme stuff. Maybe we can do some Hanukkah / Christmas themed shenanigans.
Oh, can we break up
Right
the Christmas parade in frickin' Frankfurt area? Like
I don't know anything about the
this
Christmas
little
parade in
Santa Claus and
Frankfurt.
everything.
I don't live
Yeah,
in
we'll have to
Frankfurt.
talk about that.
So is there anything like any signs we can see leading away from the boat? Like, is there poop leading away down like into the forest or something?
I mean, I figure unless we're like tracking the bats specifically, let's go check the service station next, because that's where June said we might find some attendants or somebody. So maybe if there's anyone alive, we'll find them there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So as you all are approaching, you actually hear a loud banging, and you don't need a perception check for this.
Coming from the center?
Frankly, as you get closer to the parking lot, because you're walking up there, because it's not super far away, but far enough. And it's only recently kind of started. Maybe the sound had stopped for some reason and then started back up. You come up, and the scene you see is a little strange, not in a threatening way. You see the service building, and a couple of the trucks, like I said, or golf carts. There are two dwarves, one of which they're both doing this. I suppose they're taking turns slamming themselves into the door, trying to get into the service building. So that is the scene you come up to.
Their whole shoulder into the door.
Well, yeah, they're trying to really drive their shoulder into it. They're both wearing khakis and black polo shirts with crew cuts.
I just kind of look at Hope like,
Jersey boys.
No, not Jersey boys.
We're in Jersey.
Hey, you're not.
In Cape May, isn't that Jersey?
No, we're not in Cape May. We're by Fort
right.
Delaware.
Pea Patch.
That is very much Jersey, or very much Delaware.
We're on Pea Patch.
So I'll go ahead and walk up to them and be like, "Excuse me, guys, do you need help?"
It was like they kind of turn and look at you, and you kind of see they have a golden M printed on their breast pocket of their polos. Very fancy looking.
Is it the same kind of M on our that we use for Mars?
Not at all. Looks way better.
Is it a competitor that Hope might recognize?
Yeah. You would give me a quick. I'm trying to figure out what that'd probably just be a wisdom roll, just a flat wisdom roll, just a perception roll. Actually, no. That would be.
Oh, okay. It was a 16, so I mean, like.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. That was enough. These two gentlemen are part of Magni and Magni, Pest Control, another competing. Unknowingly, apparently, all pest controls that you've encountered so far are owned by dwarves. I like dwarves. Okay.
They begin with the letter M.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, I need to branch out with my alliteration a little bit.
No, you don't.
Don't worry, it's perfect.
I like dwarves. I'm a big fan of dwarves. It just is like aesthetically.
This is why we're friends.
But they kind of look, and so they recognize you, Hope, because you're the longest running employee at.
I have a feeling that as they turn around and I see the M on their breast pocket, I go, "Oh, it's you."
Newman. No, they don't say that. So this is Marcus and Logan Magni. Not the owners of the company, oddly enough. Just a little piece of listener trivia. So the Magni and Magni is not named for these two because, oddly enough, like to anybody who doesn't know anything about dwarves in this universe, they don't look related at all. They are completely different heights, different skin complexions, yada yada yada. So these are they are not brothers. They're not even related by blood. They are actually brother-in-laws, and they have the same last name because in this world, dwarves the men take the female's last name, so their wives own the company and they just work for them.
I love that.
Yeah, it was a little tweak of something else that we had talked about in chat before, but I made it work for a different group of people.
That would explain why their companies ran better than ours is.
So I'll walk up and I'll go, Magni.
They're like, mmm. I'm yeah, it
You can't
sounds
be menacing and say that.
it sounds stupider every time we say it to you. Like,
Yeah, it does, because Hope definitely bust out laughing.
and you actually have a pretty good working, like, you both agree that, like, your employer is seriously inferior to theirs. Like, you've actually, like, if it weren't for the fact that they're like like they kind of only hire family kind of business, they're like they would be like, we wish we could, but we like
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
you're cool.
So we're
Tradition's
we're a friendly,
tradition.
we're a family
Tradition.
friendly competition.
Yeah, it's not particularly antagonistic. They're just they've moved up a little more modern with their
Okay.
equipment and stuff like that.
So with that in mind, though, I'm gonna go ahead and slap my hand on the door, and I'll be like, "You guys need us to beat up this door for you? What's going on here?"
It's like, yeah, the you actually see. Actually, you see, so you kind of motion up to the fort, and it's a very narrow, winding road that is a bit of a hike, and so the golf carts are much better equipped to kind of go up it. Like, it's wide enough for that, but not wide enough for. They basically like we want to get up there quicker, but we don't feel like walking because that takes longer, and our wives want us back sooner rather than later for this job. This is only supposed to be but the ferry being down, and we took the micro machine over. We didn't really, that wasn't really approved, so we're gonna get it earful of, enough as it is.
I don't suppose we grabbed any keys from anywhere.
Yeah, so we're trying. They're
Does anyone have
basically
any?
you would know that the keys are inside of the service building.
Oh, and we're at the fort right now. No, they
We're
want
at
to
the
go
fort.
up to the fort, so the keys are inside, basically.
Yeah.
Is there anyone with any cat burglaring skills here? And I look
Huh.
at Cut.
I don't know. I don't like how foreshadowing that sounds, being that I'm the only one with small pin-like claws, you know?
Lex, what were you gonna say? You raised your hand.
I have a crowbar.
Fuck yeah, you do.
That's lockpick.
Do we want to do this quietly so as to not alert the horrible bat creatures? If there's
I'll
any
pull
in
a
there?
revolver and be like, I can do it louder.
Do we want?
Can I'll at least
How
roll
loud
to see if I can unlock the door. How about that?
I mean, I can also do that. I have thieves' tools.
Nice.
Nice.
It's up to y'all. How loud should I be?
Let's start with the quietest option.
I will go in with my tools and try to pick the lock.
Okay, so you go ahead and give me a I guess it'd just be a dexterity check.
Yeah, it should be a dex check, and if you have proficiency, you want to add that bonus.
So that will be 21.
Yeah. Okay, that does it. I was gonna say, I forgot to mention you had because you had the crowbar, it gives you advantage, but you clearly don't need it. So you pop the door, crack it open. You don't bust it open or anything, but you definitely pop it so that the lock kind of like pops in a way that it's going to need to be the lock mechanism is going to need to be replaced, but the actual door itself is still intact. So again,
This gives me many ideas.
So again, you go through, I presume, and you see a pegboard kind of up there, kind of a desk, basic maintenance equipment. There's you can kind of see the lawnmower over on the far side. It's kind of like a utilitarian kind of setup. It's not meant for like comfort, really. It's meant for function. So
it's a maintenance shed.
Yeah, it's a maintenance shed. So on the pegboard, you do see a couple of keys, each which are labeled, golf cart A, golf cart B, whatever.
I call the lawnmower.
Are
It's
are there any golf carts missing? Or is there anyone in there?
there's nobody in
like
there.
what you had
No,
said. Okay.
there's nobody
Is
in
there no
there.
more blood and poop in there?
There's no poop in there. There's no blood and poop. So no freak outs by cut. You do see that there is a third golf cart that has a spot, but the golf cart is not currently there.
Okay. Got it.
All right, so
Let's take the other two. I believe 7 of us can fit on the other two vehicles pretty comfortably and make our way up to the fort.
yeah, you can easily I think it actually works out that you can fit 4 per golf cart, so one of you will have to ride with the Magnies.
Oh, I'll do that. That's fine.
Much obliged. I didn't catch your name. You must be newer, and Marcus is addressing you, Athena. I think it's been a little bit since there's been any interaction between, like I said, the work that you all have been doing has been kind of fewer and far between, and so the chances of you interacting with other agencies has been not as plentiful as it once was. So I assume you all kind of go around the rounded circle and introduce each other, to the Magnies. We don't have to necessarily play that through. But he specifically thanks you. It's like we've been slamming our shoulders into that door for about 15 minutes. And you just popped it open like that.
Sometimes you need a more delicate touch.
It's very against the dwarven way, where we just kind of headbutt stuff until it works.
That's fair.
So I guess you all pile onto the golf carts, and the narrow road leading up to Fort Delaware winds around the natural terrain. The southmost point of the pentagonal building directly in front of you as approach. A moat surrounds the fort itself, the water calm and blue, with only the faint water drops from the rain causing any stir. Dividing the brick walls from the low hills leading up to it. A drawbridge sits raised on the eastern portion of the fort. So it's a modern drawbridge. I know I said it was a Civil War fort, but it is a more modern drawbridge, but with a old-fashioned gate on the other side.
Okay. So we've come up to this drawbridge that's pulled up currently.
Yeah, that basically the drive is pretty uneventful. It's tight, narrow turns. That it's just very steep, and you would have been taking a lot longer and more tired had you walked. So good that you were able to secure the golf carts.
I don't think we could have missed them.
Yeah, it's like they were put there for you to use.
What?
So there you were there. There was a drawbridge. There's a control right there for it. Nothing too fancy.
Oh, okay, that's easy.
I am watching the sky for shrieking things with wings and claws
They like to poop.
that like to poop.
Yeah, so
In blood.
I'm glad I have my rain jacket on in case I get pooped on.
Yeah, you don't want getting bat poop out of those purple jumpsuits is just murder.
If I got pooped
God.
on the first day on the job, my partner would not be pleased.
Yeah, you might be forced to get hosed off in the garage.
Yep, poop is the one thing that those jackets cannot protect you from.
Nobody likes poop.
That's why they're not good for
Especially,
medical professionals.
Especially not bat guano. That's the worst.
Yeah. So there's a console that can lower the drawbridge if you so wish.
I attempt to operate the console. I did jokingly mutter that I check for traps, but I was just joking.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I went, I check for traps.
Always check for traps.
Yeah.
Is it in fact a trap?
The console blows up. So
now it's a pretty straightforward console. They pretty much there's always like an attendant there most of the time when there's like people there, so it's not a super complicated thing. It's just a couple of series buttons. So you go ahead and operate it. So it is incredibly loud. Any attempts that you had at being stealthy or quiet have pretty much gone out the window. I said it is a modern drawbridge, but it is not modern as in like it was built like yesterday. It's definitely been in use for about 40 years. And
Could
so
use a little bit of WD-40.
yeah, it's leads to a more authentic experience for really feeling the age of this place. But with that, the drawbridge is down. The gate is actually currently open. It was just it's gates like this, and they're already open on the other side.
I look back at the Magni brothers and the rest of the group, and I'll go, "Well, I hope nobody heard that."
Yeah.
Heard what?
And
Let's go inside quickly.
Give me a perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, anybody who's cares to listen. Also, I will say that the fort itself, and you would probably know this from you probably did some research before you went about the fort itself. This is the outer wall. It's kind of got like an inner courtyard that is like inside, like that has grass and like, you know, cannons for show and stuff, and a couple of like buildings. All right, let's go around the table. Astro.
Oh, I'm double checking. Oh, he said 24.
24.
JK.
Twice that
Yep.
number. Okay,
Yeah,
24. Fuzz, what is Tim percept even?
22.
22.
Jeez.
What is cut here with his cat ears?
6.
Oh my god. The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
Yeah, they give me some real good stuff for dumbass shit. And
Yeah,
then
for
when
stuff
I
that
really
doesn't
need
matter.
it.
Alright, Les, how's Athena sitting?
8.
8, okay. And Hope.
Don't worry, Cut. You didn't do the worst.
Oh no.
I got a 4.
Okay. Okay, so Sam and Tim, you all hear the faint flapping of wings, and yeah, you hear them from inside the fort. And unfortunately, as much as I would love to dive into a combat right now, we are sitting at about 5 minutes from our cutoff time.
Perfect cliffhanger.
Yeah,
Tune in next week, folks.
it'll be next week. But that is good. I can fine tune some of my encounter stuff and because we got 2 weeks. And we lost Rachel. No.
She said bye.
Quitter.
Tim and Psalm,
not-
why don't you take this time to alert your teammates that seem fairly unaware
Hey.
of things coming our way?
There's
You
Rachel.
see me point my gun at the door? I point my gun at the door. You're aware.
Okay, we got Rachel back. Yeah. So that's gonna be our episode. We all have to go to sleep like adults and be at work at a reasonable hour tomorrow.
We're essential workers.
Yeah, I know. Essential workers during this crazy, crazy time. If you're listening to this in the future, this is the year of our Lord 2020 when everything went.
This
to
is the
hell.
year that no one's allowed to travel back to.
Yeah, there's a yeah. If this were the Umbrella Academy, like they would just like have a big red X over that year. Like nobody's allowed to go back here. Thank you for tuning in. We stream every other Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. I got the right time this time. If you're listening on YouTube or podcast, episodes drop every week at a date that I will figure out. Basically determinant on how long it takes me to edit. So my goal is to stay a little bit ahead. So that's why we record 2 in a go.
Thank you everyone who watched and listened.
Yes. Again, if you have feedback for us, please feel free to send emails to us at leo@bratcatmedia, and maybe we'll even do a mailbag session every now and then if we get a lot of them.
I would like to point out to the most important piece of that was in the chat, which is that Hope's name should be added to the company name. Let's start looking into that. Maybe I don't know. I really like that. I don't know how Hope feels about it yet, but
The
I saw
real
that and I
power
went,
behind the throne.
We'll put Hope's name first, so it's hum.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
yeah,
but
that was. I see that now.
that's wonderful, and I'm mad I didn't think of it. But yeah, get in contact with us. We don't really. Before we get out, is there anything that any of my lovely co-hosts have anything that they'd like to plug that they've got going on as far as like projects and stuff that they're working on in the interweb space?
You can find my shirts at my Threadless account under Teachers, spelled creatures but with a T instead of a CR.
Nice. How do you spell that?
TEATURES.
Teachers. You said that was on Threadless?
Threadless, yes.
Y'all, thanks for hanging in. It's been great. We'll see you next time, and thank you for listening. And there will be a little audio cue here.
You're gonna kick yourself for making you edit over that. You know that?
Oh yeah, for sure. Bye, everybody.